Hello, hello, it's Larry Joe, SirenSong lover. I'm just gonna sit and kind of chill, eat some chips for a minute, drink some of my drink to kind of get the energy flowing, see how we go, see what energy comes out today. It has been a busy week, a very busy week, and it's been a rough week, but we just, like the ocean, we go with the flows of the waves and keep growing and keep going. So, yeah, the ocean is terrifying, so I don't know why I would love to use that analogy. I guess being a siren, the ocean obviously is home for me, but it's definitely terrifying. And as it was, I actually did have dreams about the ocean last night, so, she's calling me, the ocean's calling me, and yet it's going to take a little bit to get back to her. So, all right, I'll be back in a few. Oh, I was about to say, if you're in, say hello. My day has been weird. Yeah, no, doggo, and he was just barking like crazy. So I'm glad, like, he was muted for that moment because he was opening his throat chakra, which is good. The day has been weird. Last night's dreams were weird and big and also very informing. So, yesterday was really hard. I was not feeling good yesterday at all, which happens. I'll have a day where I just feel completely like garbage, and it'll be like rest, reset, do the basics, and then the next day we come back fully swinging. So like this morning when I woke up, I was singing Snow White. I was like, hi ho, it's off to work we go. So yesterday I couldn't emit a single note to be able to express how I was feeling. Today it was, all right girl, get up, let's go. So I don't know, I think that's what's hard too, is people see me down and they think, they're like, oh, we finally got her, ha ha ha, and then the next day I pop up like a daisy. It's amazing what a good night's sleep and some good prophetic dreams will do for you to reset your chakra, or to reset your attitude, I guess. So by the grace of God, I got back up this morning to do what I do. Even though yesterday I did not want to. I wanted to give up yesterday, throw in the towel. And that's part of it too. You can throw in the towel for a short amount of time, but you still have to get back up. So, how's your day going, Cottage Country? How you doing? How's the Northeast treating you? That, and I've had a lot of fucked up energy coming at me recently, so I know I'm wearing a jacket. I mean, I'm normally always cold, but it's a little on the chilly side today. It's a little overcast. I do love days like this when it's overcast for a little bit. So I'm glad the weather is treating you right. How's life going for you? Besides the weather being good. Also, I'm a little concerned because I think that it's actually going to be a really cold winter. So we all need to enjoy any little bit of warmth we have coming, because I think it's going to be a really cold and kind of harsh winter. So enjoy the sun while we got it. Yeah. What you working on your end? I'm always continually working on release and trying to grow and evolve and shake off the haters. Well, okay, so with the political, everything that's going on the political scales, I think it is going to be for the whole country, like everything that's going on socially and with politically. I think that it is going to be a very cold, harsh winter in more ways than one. So I'm a huge proponent on release work. So that is something, if you ever want to do on the side with me, that's something I'm spectacular at, is release work. We do a lot of release. So I do a lot of release for the collective too. Yeah. You know, like as we let go, we start to realize like we didn't need to carry around all of that baggage our whole life. It was never ours. So that is the beauty of letting go and improving yourself. It's like you start to realize like, I don't need to carry out that outdated weight of what my grandparents did or my mom did or my dad did. You realize like, I don't have to be that person anymore. And the peace that comes with that too, of saying like, why have I been doing this my whole life? It's not who I am. It doesn't fit me. It comes with some harshness because it's like, why? Like we get mad because we're like, why didn't that person why didn't that person stop doing that? Like their life and my life would have been so much better. But then when you actually do release it, and like I say, it comes with some anger too for yourself. Like, why did I do that for so long? Or why did I tolerate that for so long? Or why did I keep that habit for so long? Yet we are where we are when we need to be. It's all divine timing. You can't let go of something before you're ready. But when you're ready, it's like this huge weight comes up off your shoulders. So it's scary to do something new, or it's scary to be different. Yet if it didn't work for all those people before you, why are you going to try and keep doing it if it doesn't work for you? Be brave enough to say, you know what, I'm willing to try something different because that old pattern didn't work. Let's try something new. The worst that can happen is that it doesn't work and you can go back to the old way if you need. But when we let go of like the old shit and the old patterns, and then we go, wow. Like when I gave up drinking, I was like, I gave up drinking, and then I was like, I found so much time and energy and pleasure for other things. I was like, why did I drink all that time? Like, I could have been doing so many different things than that. So it's scary at first. Yes, you lose friends. Yes, you lose family. Yes, you lose old ways of life. But then it's like, it opens up so much more. Hiya, Syra. It's our day. It's Venus Day. How was your Halloween, love? Did you do anything fun for it? I'm just kind of chatting as we get in here. Watching all the traffic go by, which is always fun too. Cool. I was in last night as well, except it was not good last night. It was not good yesterday. I was not having a good day yesterday. So, holidays are a little hard for me since all of the family drama. So, I miss Halloween. I miss holidays, but it was also like, these were people that didn't care if I was there or not. So, why would I want to show up to a party that I'm not welcome or invited to? How was your stream? Okay. I'll stop eating potato chips for now, I guess. It's funny. Okay, so when we heal our inner child, then the inner teenager comes next, and that is such a mind fuck. Like, sometimes when I'm eating my shit or I'm doing certain things, I'm like, God damn it, this is my inner teenager rebelling against the system. Cool. Cool. It's always a good thing. How long do your shamanic sessions typically last, Zyra? And what were you dressed up for? Like, what did you dress up for your stream? I'm gonna pull from the tarot, I guess. I'm actually hungry. Like, the chips didn't do it. I should have eaten, or I should have gotten some food together before I sat down to do the stream, but wasn't quite ready yet. I need to try and earn some money so I can go get food, because an actual meal outside sounds really good. Okay, that's good. Cool. All right. I was dressed up as myself. You know what? After spending my whole entire life wearing a mask for other people's pleasure, I've decided to just show up barefaced and natural. If it was warm enough and it was acceptable publicly, I'd probably show up naked if I could, but I also don't like people being gross or inappropriate or whatever. Because, yeah. I don't know. I'm comfortable enough in my own skin to not have to dress up or be fancy, I guess. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, for this, thus far, we start out in, like, Page of Cups. So, kind of that teenager feminine energy of, like, I want what I want. Think Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where the girl, the blueberry girl, what was her name? That's like kind of that, like, I want what I want, and I'm gonna throw a fit. So 7 of Wands, we are needing to figure out which passions are serving us. So this is Daughter of Cups. Like I said, that's kind of like your Page of Cups. So kind of that, like, childish energy of I want what I want. And 7 of Wands, just having too many passions, not figuring out exactly what it is that you want to be doing. If that doesn't speak to me, I don't know what else does. And then the Hermit, going within. This is very Virgo, earth grounded energy. The light is within you, not outside of you. So sitting in that embodiment of knowing that you have your home with you, that light is within you, not outside of you. And the Empress, so this is Pisces energy. The Empress is always like the earth mother, like very nurturing, stabling, fertile. So it's knowing exactly what passions and fuel, like what passions you want, what's filling your cup. And gender in tarot, I don't know why all of a sudden, like, I'm trying to, like, stumble over my words. Gender in tarot is neutral. So I can say feminine, but you can be masculine. I can say masculine, you can be a feminine. It's fluid. It's like, how do you embody that within yourself? And actually, as the masculines, us feminines need you to embody your feminine in, like, the most healthy and healing of ways. Just like us feminines, we have to embody our masculine. That's how we bring that unity, that harmony, is when, like, for me as a feminine, part of my, and actually if you look at like birth charts, I'm actually like, I'm a feminine, but I'm keyed masculine. So it's like my whole part of this journey, my whole part of my life is to try and balance my feminine and my masculine. So since my whole life I've had to be hyper masculine, and that's how my chart is based. Part of my lesson, part of my challenge and my hardness was to actually flow and embody feminine energy. Just like for men, a lot of times you'll find you're in your masculine form, yet you tend to be more feminine or that wounded feminine, and needing to find the balance and actually bring in that masculine, and not toxic masculine, but that masculine of like being a good provider, protector, leader, in order to find the balance and the key in life that you need. So when I talk about the genders, it's not really genders, it's just kind of a, what do you need to fix in your life? Daughter of Cups. So again, getting out of that kind of angsty teenager energy and stepping into the full embodiment of who you're meant to be. And I love the Empress for that. That's a beautiful card to embody that. Like, we all want to be the Empress, because the Empress has more weight than like any of the queens. Like, the Empress is like, she's the ruler. She is the divine mother. She is very nurturing, loving, kind, earth mother. Okay, so strength, heavy Leo energy, using the fire and the passion to bring everything into life that you want. It takes great strength. The Lion, be a fierce lion. They're also, Leo's known for that heavy sun energy, that fiery, that passionate. What passions do you need to be embodying so that you bring in the best life for yourself possible? Oh. The regular Chesmosa is not at the door. I just realized it was a different one right now. I don't know where the other one is. She didn't realize that her nemesis was too close to me, first off. She also didn't realize her nemesis was at the door with her boyfriend, which is funny. Okay. Justice. There will be justice. All of the hard stuff that you've been through, it's coming to balance. We have to find that balance. So here's what a lot of people don't realize with anything. There's a fine cosmic balance. So if anything's out of balance for way too long, it has to come back to correct. So after using our strength, after figuring out our emotions, there will be justice, there will be balance. It's all got to come together. The Libras in the room know, and maybe we know it really well, is that sometimes all it takes is one grain of sand to make everything balanced and right. So don't discount like one conversation. Don't discount one of anything, because sometimes it really is just such a finite thing that brings it all back together. So keep pushing, keep pulling, keep going. Okay? The Devil on the bottom. And the devil is in the details. You want to talk about just one. Sometimes it is just one of any tiny thing. It's like, yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave that how that is, I guess. So the devil being in the details. The devil is our addiction, what we're fighting for, what we're pushing for. We have to be willing to let go of the cords, the ties that do not serve us. Ooh, okay. Mother of Pentacles. This is, hey, Badger, bro, Badger, keep your nose where you're supposed to. You know that. Mother of Pentacles or Queen of Pentacles. This is bringing in that very grounded stability. We're getting everything we want and need. Pentacles. So we're talking about Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and with the devil energy, that's Capricorn energy. So we are bringing in justice. excuse me, after utilizing strength to bring in that balance, that financial balance, that abundance, that plethora of what you need. The Lovers, when we can balance our emotions and everything else, we bring in our counterpart. The Lovers is Gemini energy. This is soulmate union. That's union energy. Because in tarot, Lovers is like, Geminis get a bad rap because they're known as like the twins or two-faced. Well, no, that's like your counterpart. Like, I look at for myself, like, whereas I am light and fair, and my counterpart is just as equally dark and chaotic and destructive in any situation, because it's like we balance each other out. It's like where I'm strong, he is weak, or where he's strong, I'm not weak, but like I don't display that as much. So it's that counterpart energy of being able to complement each other. So don't ever look at like, oh, that's so this. No, you can't both be the same. You have to have that dichotomy, that duality, to be able to thrive and survive together. Seven of Pentacles. We're planting our seeds. We're planting our seeds. We're planting our pentacles. This is all about the choices, the options. Where are you putting your seeds and how are you watering them? And does it look like it's going to be productive? And then you realize with seeds, you have to plant them, water them, and then sometimes you just have to go on and do other things to see if they'll actually take root and grow. You can't plant your seeds and then go dig them up to see if they're working. Sometimes with the pentacles, it's like you have to drop them and say, okay, I've done the work that I can do here. I've diversified my field. I've diversified my portfolio. And then I have to go and water something else until those start growing. And hopefully that makes sense. I was watching last night. There was a guy on TikTok that I'm kind of like starting to watch, and last night he had posted something about him being in a Mario costume, and he was like, this year it's somatic healing, so he was in a Mario costume and he was doing like some somatic dance, and I'm like, that's how we heal the world. It's not going out and drinking and partying. It's like, how are we somatically healing to make a better life while embodying and enjoying Halloween? Okay, Hanged Man. It's seeing it from a different perspective, and I love that for us. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's seeing it from a different perspective. So like I said, instead of, past years, like for me with Halloween, in the neighborhoods that we lived in, we would go take the kids out to like somewhere for a little bit, and then we would come home and we would start drinking and then walk the neighborhood with the kids. And now it's like, instead of drinking, yes, how are we moving and grooving and changing our lives instead of being stuck to old patterns and habits? And when we change our perspective, we bring in justice, we bring in happiness. When you start calling judgment on people, places, things that no longer work for you, you'll start bringing in a happier life. It's hard as hell. So worth it. All right. Let's see. What else? Ooh, okay. So we had Queen of Pentacles. Now we have Queen of Wands. We are bringing in our passions. We got to guard it fiercely. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have got to protect those things that we find passionate. Ace of Wands, because that's it, man. That's like our nest. That's our egg. So when you start doing things that are better for you and protecting what you love the most, you're going to bring in more of what you love. So, yeah. Okay. All right. I guess I wasn't really talking to you, Zyra, because I'm like, Alcatraz didn't come over and get up in our face. Okay, so Father of Swords. This is King of Swords. So King of Swords can be known as being cold, cutting, biting, sarcastic. Yet when you get to where you want your best life possible, you are going to have to be willing to cut things out of your life that aren't fitting you. I'm not saying in like a jerk way, but if you assess and you evaluate, and this is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, this can be that masculine energy of cutting off anything without cause. Like, this doesn't work for me, gone. If what you want is, I mean, you have to figure out what you want and then stand on business. Because 10 of Cups, that's like the rainbow after the storm. That's having everything you want, need, love, and desire. And I love that for us. So 10 of Cups, when you get decisive about what you want and what you don't want, you bring in a beautiful, happy life, abundance, love, prosperity, the family, the whole kit and caboodle. If your dream is to have a minivan and wake up on Sunday morning with the love of your life and your kids, then you've got to be willing to cut out anything that does not support that future vision. All right, let's see. Now I keep looking outside because it's so pretty outside. I am almost tempted to just move this party outside. We'll see. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. Okay. So, 10 of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. So is being decisive about what you want because it grows your family. Either you're the Queen of Pentacles or they're the Queen of Pentacles. So again, that's Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. It's that stability, that abundance, that 10 of Pentacles. Like, our bank account is not depleted. We have the material wealth, the material gains. We've done the hard work. All right. Let's see if there's any more in here. Twin is in. She decided to tap in. We'll see if she comes over or not. Looks like she might. Twin is in. All right, let me see what we got going on here. Zyra, did you send over that picture, man? Because I am not seeing it, but I do want to see it. I think that would be fun. Like I say, after all those years of wearing costumes and masks to make other people happy, I've decided to just show up barefaced instead of being in costumes. I mean, when I dress up, it's definitely impressive, but I don't have anybody to dress up for anymore. So that's okay. Be nice to her. Cain. Okay, the Hierophant. So this is tapping into your higher knowledge. This is Taurus energy. So Taurus is also Venus energy. It's tapping into that higher knowledge of knowing what needs to be done for the collective. Think of like the Pope. Like, he has the keys. He knows all the answers. That's what we do within our own lives, tapping into the higher knowledge of what is going on, what you need, how you connect. Hierophant is very connected to God, to Source. So this, again, Taurus energy. How are you tapping into Source to bring forth the keys to the happiness that you need? I can't ever... Excuse me. The thing with healers, I'm going to say this. We don't do the healing for you. We provide a space for you to do the healing. Just like we don't give you the answers, we just either confirm or deny what you're feeling or know. And sometimes like readers will make you mad. Well, will make you mad because your anger is a good indicator of how you feel, like where you feel like you've been wronged in your life. When you get angry about something, don't get mad at the person that delivered that to you, because that person gave you a good insight into what you need. So I love when I make people angry and they get mad at me, and I'm like, that's your shadow. I just showed you the side of your shadow that you can't see. Don't be mad at me. Instead, turn around and say, how do I need to heal that and add light? So readers, like I say, a lot of times people get mad at us, and it's like, no, we just provided you the space to be able to see something that you need to work on. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it goes both ways. Because, like, when I get triggered, it's like, yeah, I'm mad, but then I'm like, okay, how is that I need to address in me what needs to be nurtured or loved and not shunned? Okay, so Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a very decisive, swift, cutting action. Like, he is rushing in with his sword. That is Knight of Swords. That's like that, okay, psh, gone. Psh, gone on the chopping block. And this is how you bring in your beautiful, fertile, loving abundance. Let go of anything that is causing you mental anguish. Just say, you know what? It's not for me. Even if you say it for 5 seconds, be like, if you can take 5 seconds and think like, what would my life look like without this? And then try it. Because you never know. Your best life is waiting on the other side of that fear. Your best life is waiting on the other side of that fear. Okay. So, I'm going to switch positions for a minute. I'm like sore. I'm sore with no good reason to be. Other than working too hard and holding on to too much that I shouldn't be holding on to. That's something I've been working on, is releasing the things that are not for me. Because I'm like, why am I holding on to this? It isn't mine. I'll just check it in a minute. I might have to get up and run back to the bathroom for a minute. So Knight of Cups. This is kind of that like hot and cold. So night, it's like, yeah, we're not quite, like, they're unsure of their emotions, especially because cups are emotions. So Knight of Cups, when we see it, it's like, we're not quite sure about what we want. We're kind of fickle, in and out. No, be decisive. Stand 10 toes down on what you want and need. Let me pull one more card, and then I'm going to go take a walk really quick because I need to stretch my legs. Ace of Cups, when you start being decisive about what you want in love, you'll start being able to fill your cup. And that's like wish fulfillment. That's happiness. That's a beautiful energy. Okay, I will be right back. Give me a moment. I'm not sure what was in my shoe. I live in the woods, so sometimes when you find things in your shoes, you don't know what it is. So I'm glad I shook that out before I put my toes in there, because... Ooh. Okay, I'll be back. Give me just a moment, guys. Very cool. You know, coming from the desert, yes, it is always wise to check your shoes. I will say, my whole entire life, I've had some really weird shit happen in my life. Like, or not weird shit, I guess, but like, during my married life, like one house that we moved into had scorpions, and I lived in Arizona my whole entire fucking life and had never seen scorpions until we moved into that house. And we were in that house for, I have to think about this, 2010, 9 years. We were in that house for 9 years, and before that I had never seen scorpions, and we were in that house for 9 years, so I got real paranoid, real scared of scorpions. So yeah, shaking out our shoes was definitely a thing, especially in that house. I can handle a lot. And actually since moving in the woods, I've been able to handle a lot more, but scorpions when our little kids were little was one of my worst nightmares. How long did it take you to do your makeup for that, Zyra? Or is that typical makeup for your Thursday streams? Is that why you only stream once a week? You're like, I gotta get on my full face. I respect it. I love it. And with cats, you never know what you're gonna find in your shoes with cats. Or what you're going to step on. That's another thing. I always try to wear shoes around the house, especially because I'm like, with cats, you never know what you're going to find or step on. And that's never fun barefoot. So, all right, let's see. Let's see if there's anything else with the. If not, we may switch. Okay. All right. Yeah. You look so serious, though. All right, Ace of Pentacles. We're bringing in that financial abundance. I love it. We got Ace of Cups. We're bringing in that love offer. Ace of Pentacles. We're bringing in that financial offer. All right. Very cool. I very rarely do my makeup anymore. So when I actually do makeup, it's pretty... yeah. It's pretty, it's like, oh, okay. And honestly, I don't even like doing makeup anymore. Like, I actually did, like, a boudoir session last year, and when I showed someone the pictures, and he's like, who did your makeup, and who let you wear it, stuff like that, and I was like, I actually loved my makeup, and I thought it was really freaking pretty, and the fact that you wanted to tear me apart, because, yeah. I was like, I would rather just be barefaced than have some dude complain about the color of my lipstick. Because I'm like, yeah. Maybe one day I'll show up on the stream with makeup. People will be like, what? Who is this girl? Maybe not then. Yeah. Okay, so I have to say, I think the Heath Ledger Joker was... that was an actor that left too soon. And he was an amazing, talented man. I wish we had had more time with him because I would have loved to have seen where he would have gone with his artistic genius. Although he, playing the Joker, probably lost his fucking mind because he was a method actor. So then we have to look at these method actors and be like, are you okay, man? Especially when they take on really deep roles like that. So, okay, let's see if there's any more in here. If not, then we'll move on. We'll move on to the next. Okay, the sun. The sun will come out tomorrow. Yeah. Me too. When I embody a character, I'm full in. So this ain't method acting. This is my real life. That was a story I had to have, or like a conversation I had to have with my daughter, because like, and someone last week, like one of my old friends or coworkers or whatever you want to call her, and she was trying to ask me for guidance, And then she's like, isn't that hard? And I was like, yes, you don't realize, like, I'm not just a tarot reader. Like, I really do get messages from the divine, from source, from God constantly. So when people want to pick up cards and try and be casual, I was like, you don't, like, they try to mimic me or they try to be like me. And I'm like, you do not understand, when you try to be like me, God will show you what it takes. And it's not for the faint of heart. So we had to have that conversation last week, is don't try to mimic and be other people, because you're going to find out what they had to do to become like that. So like I say, I've gotten a lot of slack. Like, my family wants to say, like, oh, you don't know anything. I'm like, okay, you can try and be me, but understand that God's going to be sending you messages at 3 a.m. And universe is chatty as shit. So it's like, people think like I play a character when I'm in spiritual or any of that, and I'm like, it's not. This is my way of life. I have good days, I have bad days, but what you see is what you get. Like, I'm fully immersed, if that makes sense. Like I say, I have a lot of people trying to mimic me or do what I do, and I'm like, you'll find out real fucking quick. This friend that was asking me last week about like guidance from their spiritual team, and I was like, because I felt like they were trying to fish, and that pissed me off, because again, like, a lot of people try to mimic me, and I'm like, you're gonna realize that mimicking me is not, but trying to mimic me, you are going to find out what my role is, and you're not going to be, like, it drives people insane when they try to do what I do, because it's a lot. Like, I think a lot of people go like, oh, you make that look easy, and I'm like, it may look easy to you, but you don't realize the blood, sweat, tears, all that goes into the back end of it. Like, people want to say they're a seer or a prophet until they start seeing really big things, and if they don't address it, it's a problem. So hopefully that little side note made sense. Like, don't try to be someone else, because you're going to find out why they had to be the way that they want to be. I kind of have this like conversation with like the people that wanted to steal my ex-husband. Well, you're going to find out all the shit that I had to go through to sit in that seat, and that's fine. I don't care. Like, I was instructed to, this is going to sound so harsh, but like, I was taught that you donate when you're done, you give back. So all the women that tried to slide into the seat thinking like, oh, he's such a treat, and I'm like, you're going to find out what that entails, and you're going to look at me like, how the fuck did you do it? So be careful what you wish for. Yeah. I know that was probably like a weird side little rant, but people, like I say, have been playing in my face. I'm like, don't play in my face. Don't try to be me, because you're going to find out I'm not made like the others. I'm not built like the others at all. That's the other part of it. You can't steal what I have. You have to earn it and learn it, and it's a rigorous process. It's not for the faint of heart, and it's not easy at all. But okay. All right. Heart, love, deep affection, and caring. So now I'm in the tea leaf fortune cards. I love these little cards, so we'll just pull some from here, see what general messages we need. Or I'll just chatter on. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong Lover. If you would like to book a service, that can be done through SirenSongLover@yahoo.com. If you can please donate to my ministry, please do. Please do. I'm trying to, there's a goal I'm trying to make so that I can get, so I can eat and pay my phone bills so that I don't get cut off from being able to stream and such. B, there is like a business goal that I was given yesterday that I really need to hit, and I'm like business goal, like I need the finances to be able to do that next step, and it's a big one, and it would be incredibly helpful. So if you can please donate or book a service with me, either or. That's greatly needed, more than anything, and appreciated. So Cash App, Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. I need to eat. My kitties need to eat so that we can keep going. We need, so I can keep going. That's okay that they don't accept it, because I guarantee you that someone else needs it more. Or I would go out and do on the earth, like give it to the earth. Like when somebody, like with Reiki, you can send energy to someone, but if they don't want, they have to be willing to receive it. You can send it to the earth. You can do the event and be like, okay, well, may this go wherever it's needed to go. I would probably, like I say, if they weren't amenable to it, then I would probably go do it for the earth or for myself. Lily, spiritual love. Oh, did I turn it sideways? Lily, spiritual love. Okay. Okay, that's right. Wreath, sorrow over a loss. Yeah. Okay, so when you're going through a hard time, this is yesterday, like I was going through a hard time, right? So wreath, sorry for a loss, or sorrow over a loss. And then it's spiritual love. How are you returning it to yourself? How are you returning it to the earth? Like I said, yesterday I was having a really hard time. And it was like I was grieving a huge loss yesterday. And it was tapping back into me. Like sharing my love with God, like with source, universe, however you say it. I say God. I say any number of things. So, oh, shit. There's about to be a smackdown. But it's when it's really hard, that's when you need to tap in and talk to Creator. So, okay, let's see. Yes, send it to the earth. Send it to anyone that can take it. Because sometimes it's literally just offering that love and that healing out. And then whoever needs it, they will get it. So you don't know when you do things, it may feel like Zyra, for you, it's like, I'm going to do this shamanic session and I don't think it really matters, but you don't realize that that energy that you put out, that's going to touch someone way farther than you realize. So send it to the earth because A, the earth needs it, and B, send it to the earth because you don't know which child of the earth is going to receive that love and go, wow. So, Mountain Road, you are on the road to success. You are on the road to success. Just keep going. Tap in. Meet the weirdos that are on the road with you, that are willing to help, that need the help. Like we're here, we're working, we're growing, we're climbing. We're on the right path. When it's done with love and light, we're on the right path. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just here. Remember how I said, like, we're here just as confirmation, or, to disprove what you've been feeling. So I love when people are like, yep, no, that fits. And I'm like, okay, cool. I know I'm getting the right messages out there. That's the other hard part. When people don't give feedback when you're right, you don't know if what you're doing is impactful, and you don't know if what you're doing is getting anywhere. Cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. This was another lesson that came up yesterday. It was like, I'm so tired of bending myself for people that are never happy in life and never happy with what they have. So they literally are like a cracked cup. Like you pour and pour and pour, and all it does is leak out. So it's being willing to walk away from the people that they're never satisfied. Like you can't ever fill their cup. And doing so is just going to exhaust you. So... wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Be willing to let go of those that are trying to create a wedge in your life. There was something else I wanted to add there. Let me Let me noodle on it for a minute. I just got very sleepy. Candle, you will be shown the way. You will be shown the way. And sometimes that's the hard part. It's like you have to be willing to rest and halt in motion for a moment to see the light. So like for me, like I got to a point where I was just exhausted. It was like I've tried this door, 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 and then stopping for just a moment, regrouping, and then saying, okay, I can't see the path. Can you please show me? So when you're frantic and you're trying, it's like, I can't see the way. Okay, pause for a minute. And then the path will light up for you. I've had that happen so many different times. Like I was trying to get a housing situation because I was in a really bad spot and it turned out really messed up. But then it was like I stopped believing in other people. And then I asked God, like source, creator, God, like, hey, I can't see a way. I'm curious how you're going to show me. And when I paused and stopped and asked for help, it was like, okay, very small. It's like, okay, this step lit up. And then this step lit up. And then this step lit up. So be willing to pause to see what you need to see. And ask for help. And sometimes it's asking for help from something outside of you. Saying like, hey, this is above my pay grade. I need help. I can't figure out how. Okay. Okay. So happiness. And August is out here too. So you could be born in August. Someone that you've been dealing with could be born in August. You'll have to fit that where it sits. The other thing is those things that you could have been making decisions on in August. Now we're going into November. So yeah, like 3 months ago, the things that you were doing 3 months ago may actually start paying off now. And that is, we want it right now, but it's like, it takes time for things to come together. I love to talk about this. Like I'm a huge manifester. And people know I'm a manifester, but then they'll be like, well, where is it? And it's like, you don't realize when you ask for really big things, the universe says, bet, I'm going to bring it. But it takes the universe, because it has to move so many people, places, things. It takes it a little bit longer than your mind does to put it together. So when you're asking for really big things, you have to understand, like, yes, you're going to get it, but it takes time for the universe to say, okay, here you go, boo. So it's things that we were planting in August, they're bringing you great happiness. So just being patient and knowing that it's on the way. We can do a little law of assumption. If you do law of assumption, it's like you assume it's yours, and it is. You just have to go do something else while you're waiting for it. Bobby Lowe. Thank you, girl. I know, I didn't mean to scare you, my love. I'm sorry. Okay. Bird flying. News is on the way. Okay. I love the confirmations there. Bird flying. News is on the way. And then scales. Keep your life in balance. Make sure that you're doing everything with balance. Okay, so yeah. Older woman, dealings or relationships with an older woman. Make sure you're balancing your emotions when it comes to your elders. Sometimes they have old, outdated patterns, thought process, ways that don't fit with us. So balance. Take into consideration what they have to say. Going back to August, take into consideration what they have to say, and also using your discernment. All right. Bo, you are highly thought of. You are highly thought of. Are you coming up, Babilo? Come on. Hey, girl. Hi, girl. Okay, well, we have a guest that doesn't normally get up here because of jealousy. Not her jealousy, someone else's jealousy. which is very confusing because they're both like tuxedo kitties. So when people look and they're like, which one is that? And I'm like, well, one has a tail and one doesn't. And their faces are different, but their body styles are different. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, girlfriend. I know you don't ever get to get near me because Alcatraz is a jealous bitch. Yeah. And Badger is a jealous bitch. I know, he's coming. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, well, you guys get to see one of the co-workers. She's a talented reader. She just doesn't normally get a spot near me because, like I say, the others are jealous and possessive and don't let her have a seat at the table normally. As you can see, Badger's being ever so scary and looming because that's what he does. Okay, my friends. You gonna come up? I know you might get a card falling on your head, though. Torch. Okay, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. All right, so we are bringing our awareness. We're bringing light to our awareness, okay? A lot of people are collectively waking. So for those of us that are awake, we are helping bring the balance into those that are waking up. And those that are just now waking up are really pissed off. Just like when you first woke up, you were probably really pissed off. We have other people now that are just starting to wake up and they're really angry. So now we have to be able to help them bring light to the situation. Wheel. Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Okay? Don't be the wagon wheel. Like, make sure you are on the right path and you know where you're going and what you want to be doing. Okay, let's see if there's any more cards I want to do in here. Otherwise, we might switch decks. Shit, I wish I could go take a nap. Like, I love napping. I used to be a professional napper, but now I can't nap for shit. I've got so much stuff to do, especially trying to make money. I'm like, I can't be making money if I'm sleeping. I need to figure that out. I'm working on it, but I need to be making money so I can eat right now and keep the lights on. So, yeah. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Okay. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Incorporate some music into your life right now. And incorporate sound bowls, sound baths. If you need recommendations, YouTube is a beautiful place. Wall, there's been a misunderstanding. So there's been a misunderstanding that has been affecting your peace and harmony. Let's see if we can reset that with sound. All right. There we go. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. Rose, romance is in the air. Older woman, dealings a relationship with an older woman. Bear, danger, especially in money matters. Okay. Happiness. And boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. All right. There's love in the air. Be careful of the older population trying to mess with your finances or your love. If it didn't work for them, don't listen to the advice that they have, because why should you expect it to work for you? But you have money, you have abundance, love coming. Especially if you've been asking for it, especially if you've been manifesting it, it's coming. Just be careful that people don't try to take it from you because they're jealous. Okay. Okay. 3 more cards here, and then I think I'm gonna pop into a different deck, and then I'm probably gonna hop out pretty soon. I do have some other stuff to do, and then I'm sure I'll be back. I think I'll be back later tonight. I need to get my feet off the ground. Like, I need to get moving out of the house for a little bit for the day. Otherwise I won't. I was hoping to, like I say, try and get some money flowing. Yeah. I was trying to get some money flowing so I could go get some food because I'm hungry. Moon, changes in your life. And actually, Zyra, after I speak on these cards, we're going to talk about the inheritance side of shit because that gets real ugly real fast. March. These dealings could be with someone that was born in March. This is true for me. My sister tried to cut me out of the will because she's a spiteful, greedy bitch. She also killed my mom. So it's funny that she tried to say that she was a seer and prophet because she kept saying, oh, mom's going to die on Wednesday. Mom's going to die on Wednesday. Well, mom did, but my sister also works in the medical field and also has helped unalive other people. So it's funny that she condemned my gift, but then turned around and tried to say that she had it, but she had it because she was rigging the game in her favor. And like I say, when the will came, my sister actually did completely try to cut me out of the will, and they did, but that was, like, I'm waiting for the reels to get pulled on that. I'm waiting. Because she had a hand in my mother's death. And like I say, she kept trying to say, oh, she's going to die on Wednesday. Well, she was trying to copy my gift. But like I say, she falsely copied my gift because she was intentionally killing my mother so that she would die on Wednesday. And my mom did die on Wednesday. Yeah. So that is the other part. They have shunned me and smear campaigned my name so bad that I've been completely apart from it. And when I walked away from my mom, I didn't want to have anything to do with the will. I would have rather lived my life happily than have to be under my mother's rule. Yet, I am entitled. And like I say, they did everything hush-hush secrecy so that I would never be a part of it. Except for they don't realize I'm tapped into God, source, energy. So everything that they try to lie about, well, God tells me. They try to lie about everything, well, God tells me. So even though my family's done the worst. They really have stolen my inheritance. They've tried to unalive me. And I'm always given information by source. It's like why my niece is my doppelganger, right? My niece is my doppelganger. And they don't think I know what they've done. Well, she tried to be like, I love you. You're still my auntie. I was like, yeah, you're not kin. I know what you did to me. And they think like I have no idea what they've done. I was like, no, I know everything you've done. Everything. And so does everyone else. I've been under observation for a very long time in my life, like since I was a little kid, right? So all these people that have been around me doing sneaky shit, they've also been under observation. So like my sister killing my mom, that's not going unnoticed. My family stealing my inheritance and trying to unalive me, and they've done fraudulent shit. Like I say, they've cashed a life insurance policy on me. That didn't go unnoticed. They're just building cases on themselves. And also because we live in a digital age, right? I was pissed off yesterday because they keep using my details to sign me up for spam shit. Like, I haven't been anywhere near my ex-husband for 2 years, yet I'm getting emails for Kamala's campaign with his name on it asking for donations. And yesterday I got a text for a political ad in my son's name. Haven't talked to my son in 2 years. So they're out here putting my name on shit and trying to bog me up and annoy me, which it sure as fuck does, but they're also creating a paper trail of little crumbs to go back to them. Like, they keep doing all this stupid shit. Like, I'm getting emails from my dad, like, credit report shit for my dad. My dad's been dead for, we're in 24, so he's been dead for 6 years. And I'm getting credit notifications for my deceased dad. But I'm like, you idiots don't realize, I can imagine. Kamala, you know, and actually let's talk about that for a moment. Kamala's time is coming, and she will be tried, and she will be put in jail, right? And all those people that she put in jail, they're going to remember her. It's kind of, I know this is, crib was on the bottom. Birth or concept of a child or enterprise. Okay, so we had March. We could be dealing with somebody in March. Moon, changes in your life. And crib, it's birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Okay, I'm going to talk about something very controversial, and it's hitting about the year mark. And I saw this coming a mile away, and I just wish it had never happened in the first place. But the guy, George Floyd, and the officer that kneeled on his neck, well, last year, it's about a year mark, and I'm like, this karma is going to come back to these guys that thought that they were above it. They're going to get arrested. So the dude that leaned on the guy's neck, he never thought he would see jail time, ever. He thought he was going to get away with it. Well, no, he got sentenced to jail. And then he wasn't safe in jail. He got stabbed. And it was that whole, like, I guarantee that dude, because when I heard the guy screaming and begging for his mama, like, as a mom, my heart broke. And I was like, no one should have ever been treated that way, especially over a bullshit reason. Like, they were out for him. And like I say, the officer thought he was never going to get arrested, and he thought everyone would have had his back. Well, they didn't. So then he ends up in jail, and he gets put out in general pop, and then he gets attacked. Well, I know that dude is going to forever hear the screams of his victims. And because the guy that attacked him intentionally didn't kill him for a few reasons. A, because it's like he knew he would have served a bigger sentence. But B, do you know how scared that guy is going to be for the rest of his life? And I'm thankful. I hope it drives him insane, because what he did to humans and a human life was an absolute disgrace. So Miss Kamala will meet the people she put away unfairly. She'll meet them. And may she forever experience the terror and the pain and the anger and the heartbreak that she imposed upon them. I know that's like really, that's karma, baby. That's, as a Libra, yeah, yes. Well, the whole judicial system, it's like the CPS judicial system. Where do you think some of the suppliers for all of this SA trafficking and child trafficking comes from? And I can speak to it personally after going through what I've gone through. There is no justice. And the ones that took the oath to protect us aren't protecting us, and shame on them, because that wasn't just like an oath, like that was like an oath with God that they took to protect and serve innocent and to serve justice. So like those ones that took the oath to protect, they're going to realize that is more than just paper trails. That is, you didn't honor that, but as the popo just cruised by, I was like, oh. Which I talk all the time about how I have constant eyes and surveillance, especially from law enforcement, on me. And I had this huge group creating this narrative about how I'm this, that, and the other thing. Well, my friend, I'm going to say, if I were doing what they thought I were doing, they would have figured it out and found it out by now. Like, my family and my ex said the worst about me, yet I've been under surveillance so hard. Like, that the sheriff that just cruised by, that's like a regular occurrence, constantly, up and down, all day long. So if I were really doing what they all said I was doing, they would have found something by now. But now my family has wasted a lot of time, resources, energy of the public variety, And they're going to have to answer to why they did that. Why they messed with one soul woman that wasn't doing shit. And, funny enough, those projections that they put onto me were all the things that they were doing. And now that they've put such a heavy microscope on me, there's a heavy microscope on them. Because they made such a fuss about me and what I was doing. Well, that was projection. And now they have a glass on them. Like, so they, you know, karma's a funny bitch. She has ways. She has ways. So, whew. I'm like, don't be digging up skeletons in my yard unless you want everybody to see what you actually did. Because, like, the people that said I was crazy and all this other stuff, these were the people that were molesting children. These were the people, like, my sister claiming, like, I'm this, that, and the other thing. But then she turned around and tried to use my gifts. It becomes real obvious who was wrong and who was right. My sister has been involved in multiple deaths. And she has collected life insurance policies on it. I've been sitting in isolation because all these motherfuckers, so it's going to become real obvious. And I'm ready for that day. I know this is going to sound really whatever. When they come to ask me if I want to press charges, yup. To the full extent. May they live in the prisons that they put me in my whole entire life. May they now know what they've done. I know that's harsh. But, like my lawyer, I can't wait till my lawyer meets the people that he put away innocently in jail, or that he wrongly helped in prison, or harshly helped in prison, because he's one of those that, like, he likes to be extra. I can't wait till he meets them. I know that's harsh, but he took an oath to protect. And then he also followed the greed trail. So you can't do people wrong and expect to live a good life. Eventually, that stuff you took was borrowed time. Like, but like, this came up in one of the readings I was watching the other day where, they're like, anything that you steal, it's cursed and it's on borrowed time. So, like, the people that stole my inheritance from me, it's cursed and it must be returned to me. But anything that they do with it will not prosper. And I've watched that happen too. So anyone that stole anything from me, it was on borrowed time, and it's coming back to me with dividends because there was a curse on it because it wasn't theirs and they stole it. So just like my lawyer doing what he did, I'm like, he cursed himself and his bloodline and his practice and his life by doing what he did to my children and I. And that's not like that's like I wish you had never done that in the first place. I wish you had been a man of honor like you were supposed to be, instead of making women and children suffer. And oh my gosh, like, this is a man who's admitted that he's a narcissist straight out to me. But then I realized it was like he has such a big mother and father wound. Like, he hates his mom because his mom didn't protect him from his dad. So he takes it out on women and children, like hates women and children because A, they're the bane of all of his existence. But then B, like, he feels that we're disposable and usable. But that's because he feels like his mom didn't protect him from his dad. And while he loves his dad, he hates his dad for all of the torture and abuse that his dad perpetuated on him. So he took it out on innocent people because he's a broken child. And that's fine, but I'm mad because he took an oath and then violated it. And there are consequences to that. Okay, I know that was heavy. It's just like, I know this is gonna, because this is a hot topic issue. Like, when I talk about soul contracts, and like my ex, like, he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in soul contracts. He might now. He might after messing with me. But I told him, I go, your job here wasn't to be a employee. Your job here was to be a husband and a father. And you failed. Like, he thought his goal was to be the #1 star employee. And I'm like, that job will replace you in a second. Your family can't. But he doesn't believe in God and he doesn't believe in soul contracts. But it was like, you will never find happiness with another woman because you broke, like, violently violated your soul contract as a father and as a man and as a husband. You're never going to have a fruitful crop after what you did to me. At least not until you do right by me. So he's out there cursing me, but I'm like, no, man, that's because you couldn't honor your soul contracts. That's a you problem, not a me problem. Like, I'm just here to dole out the karma that comes with violently violating a soul contract. Yeah. It's always the men that don't believe in God that try playing gods in other people's lives. Like, my lawyer doesn't believe in God, but he's out here playing God in people's lives. And I was like, no, there's a difference between thinking you're God and knowing you're God. If you don't know the difference, come over and we'll talk about it. Because, yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see. If there's anything else. Cracked cup to satisfaction with life. Yes. You cannot fill other people's cups when they cannot fill their own. You can't fix their cracks. And you can't pour into them. I had to learn that. It's like with my ex, I couldn't fix him, so I had to walk away because he was a vessel that was empty that would keep just draining. Oh, excuse me. Although he still tries to come back to me. Like, he still tries to energy harvest off of me. Ooh, I'm going to talk about that really quick. And then I'm going to hop out pretty soon. A lot of people are learning the really hard lesson of reciprocity with me, because to treat me poorly or not pour back into me means that anything you siphon off of me will make you sick. Like, my energy is rare breed, so siphoning my energy, if you aren't treating me, the source, correctly, that energy will make you sick. Like, my lawyer learned that. He dogged me, but he was siphoning off my energy. He's sicker than a fucking dog. They were warned. They knew better. They chose the wrong thing. So, okay. Was that too icky, hard, scary? Because that's like shit that I'm going through, that life lessons people don't understand. Like, our consequences really do have bigger actions. It's not just a hookup, or it's not just a divorce. It's literally like, you fucked up. Anywho. Okay, well. I know that was, like I say, some heavy stuff. Let's see what else we got. Bill collectors. I don't know what to tell them. I don't have their money. Until I get some money flowing, I don't have their money. And on paper, I'm not even alive anyway, so I really don't know how they're, my family on paper has done me in and then done everything to keep me silent. That's the other thing. They're trying to end me now, and I'm like, if you end me now, A, that implicates your guilt, and B, you can't collect on someone you've already collected on. Like, what's your end game? How stupid are you? You should have just paid me. You should have just treated me right and paid me. Here is the other thought process, and this is on the bottom here before you can't come with me. These are people that can't come with because they violated too many contracts. Here's where the math ain't mathin'. They told me I wasn't anything. They told me I was a deadbeat. They told me I was this, that, and the everything under the sun. Yet, why would they steal anything from me if I didn't have anything. That's where their math doesn't add up. If I was such a deadbeat and such a horrible person, you wouldn't have wanted what I had so bad. You wouldn't have worked so hard in a group to steal it from me if I didn't have anything of value. Like, burglars don't break into empty homes. So their lies don't add up. Like, if I wasn't truly a person of value, they wouldn't have fought so hard to take what I had. Anyhow. And what they have to learn too, this is a hard lesson that everyone's had to learn with me. Treating me wrong is the fastest way to get cut off. Like, my mom tried to do this where she did everything to cripple me and make me so weak so that I would have to crawl back to her. And because I saw everything that she did, I will never crawl back to her. Just like my ex. Like, my ex tried to brutally and harshly break me, but he tried to break me thinking that I would come back groveling. And the opposite is true, because he worked so hard to break me. I will never have anything to do with him ever again. So these people need to realize, like, trying to break me means that I will not be compliant. They should have been able to observe this. There's a long-standing pattern of that. Anyone that treats me wrong doesn't get a second chance. I just figure out how to do it on my own. And I'm going to speak on that also. My mom said how I was so lucky because I had 5 parents. Because I had 3 older brothers and then 2 parents. Well, this is what they did to me. They intentionally would not help me. So as a very little girl, I would have a need that had to be met. And I would have to ask 5 different people that were all able-bodied and could help. 5 different people to be denied. So the other part of that is, if I have to ask you for help and you deny me, especially being a little girl and having to find 5 different ways and then figuring it out on my own, I will never come to you and ask you for help again. So I love my mom. Oh, you had 5 parents. You had such a lucky life. No, I had 5 parents to deny my basic needs, and then me figuring out as a kid how to figure it out on my own. You didn't teach me how to ask for help. You taught me how to become so hyper independent. I never need you the fuck ever again. I know that that's all harsh, but you know, these people need to check their end game. They didn't get what they wanted. They just made me figure out how to outmaneuver them. And then I won't ever let them be a part of the good stuff. That's, you know, like my niece, when she tried saying like, oh, I love you and I miss you. No, man, I had to figure out how to counteract your bad behavior. You can never tell me you love me again, because I know what you did behind closed doors with the family. And to all these people that work together to try to make me be the fall guy, do they not realize that they're next in line to take the fall for the crimes that they committed? And because they were actually an actual part of it, they will take the fall. It's like all these people that tried to work together to unalive me. It's like, do you not realize that you're going to be the next one that they throw all that magic and they try to unalive, and then they're going to collect a life insurance policy on you? And it, because you were a part of it and you knew all about it, you're going to either have to rat out or do it for them because you are just as guilty and bloody hands as them. Anyway, all right. I know this is I talked about some really heavy shit, but this has all been kind of heavily weighing on my mind, is that people think that they're getting away with all this shit. And it's like, you're not getting away with anything. I love the confirmation. I couldn't tell you face to face. Well, you know what? You were so brave doing it behind my back. You should be brave enough to admit what you did. If you can't, then I don't know. Let's see what other cards are in here. I wish I was like my kitty, getting a good nap in. Leaving you hurt me too. I know. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, well, and, you know, because nobody talks about it, it keeps going unchecked. They take our silence as acceptance. And my silence wasn't acceptance. They intentionally ripped out my tongue so I couldn't speak. And then they're like, do you see? She likes it. No, I didn't. So, yeah, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it so our kids don't have this happen to them. We have to talk about it so that no one else has to go through what we went through. So while I don't love talking about this, it's also like I want other people to know that they're not alone. And I also want there to be reform and justice so that our kids, the future generations, don't ever have to go through what they did to us. Because they treated us less humane than dogs. Like, they've treated dogs better than they've treated me. And I was the one that they loved so much. Oh gosh. Zyra, if you can see the camera right now, you just got an up close and personal. A different camera woman today. And I'm surprised her nemesis is allowing it. She's eyeballing her though. Okay. I understand you better now. You know what? And as we share our perspectives, as we talk about our stuff, people can understand now. Like, we weren't crazy. We were abused. We weren't crazy. It's family patterning and dynamicing that we need to get over, like, to work through. I understand you better now. Share your story so other people understand what's going on, because it's probably happening to them and they don't understand it either. All I know is she had a beautiful whisker moment, and I was like, oh, Bobby Lowe, getting up there with your whiskers, showing everybody your beautiful face. I have very magical kitties. I mean, you know, because you've got 7. I've got my own fair share of kitties. I fantasize about you, and you're so easy to see through. Okay, well, you know, all they can do is watch from the outside. Until they're brave enough to actually come talk to me or give me an apology. They can watch from the outside and they can fantasize all they want, but they're never getting a seat at the table. I love it. I know I have guys out there that think about, like, what would life be like with me. I'm like, well, you can't ever get to it because you can't do the right thing. You can't do the right work to get here. But all you can do is watch from the outside. You gotta be brave, even when you're scared. All right, let's see. Is there anything else that wants to come through? I am Lara Jo, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to book a service, that can be done. SirenSongLover@yahoo.com. You can email me. We can talk about it. I do all kinds. I do Reiki, sound therapy, inner child healing, womb healing, PTSD, deep family trauma shit. That's a lot of what I do. If you hadn't realized, I do the deep-seated family trauma shit so that we don't have to keep wearing the chains and robes of our family. I never want to feel that again, and I don't know how to let you go. Well, you either have to step up or let go, man. If you don't want to ever feel that again, then step the fuck up. All right, sassy. Should you please, if you can donate to my ministry, please, is greatly helpful. Cash App, Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. I need to be able to eat today. I was trying to get some money on so I can go get some food because I'm very, very freaking hungry. The animals are hungry. The animals. All right, let's see what else we got here. I focused on you instead of my pain. And this has been happening. Like, I see this with my kids. My kids focus on me and what I did wrong instead of their pain. and why it hurt. And I understand that it hurt. And my heart breaks for them. But I'm like, you also have to understand your part that you played in this also. So that was a conversation that I had with them, is that before you hold me accountable, make sure that you hold yourself just as accountable as you hold me. And the group that you worked with, make sure that you hold them just as accountable for their actions as you hold me. Don't focus on necessarily what I did, like focus on what needs to be done and how we can work together to make it happen. All right, let's see if there's any more cards in here. Oh, okay. I don't know how to let you go, and you're so easy to see through. Well, man, I know. Because truth and loyalty and transparency is a big thing for me. I allow people to see through me because honesty is a big deal. Especially if you've dealt with trauma, betrayal, lies. Being honest is the best thing you can do with me. Even if it doesn't make you look like a good person, I would rather know the honesty and be able to decide for myself than be lied to and led astray. Because, yeah. Okay, let's see if there's any other messages. After these messages, we'll be right back. Zyra, what'd you eat for brekkie? Let's see. Oh, I'm going to pull into the King of Aloha, the Evil Eye deck, and then I'm going to get out pretty soon because, like I say, I am going to come back in a little bit, but I'm going to... Okay. Yum. I'm going to get out in a little bit just so I can do some other stuff and charge my phone and then charge myself, and then I'll be back later. Like, my animals need to be fed. The dog needs to be walked. Like, I've got some stuff to do, so I'll be here for just a teeny bit longer, and then I'm going to go take care of some stuff and come back. It's like doing double shifts, like doing a split shift is what I've been doing recently. Love attack. Someone is attacking your love or relationships. They want to disrupt all areas of your love life, platonic and romantic. This has been a huge recurring theme for me. They attack everything and anything they can. A, because they're jealous motherfuckers, but B, because it's not them. It's like, well, if you want it to be you, don't attack me. There's a concept. So love attack. Someone is attacking your love or relationships. They want to disrupt all areas of your love life, platonic and romantic. People need to learn, like I say, being a bully to me doesn't make me want to be with them or go back to them. It just makes me rebel even harder and say no. So, all right, Eggy Toast sounds good. I should probably pick up like a carton of eggs soon, but we'll see. I was talking to somebody last week, and I had such an inspiration. I was like, gosh, I wish I could make breakfast burritos, but then it's just me. So making breakfast burritos just for me or making a huge meal just for me feels wasteful and redundant, and yeah. All right, let's see what the next is. Protection. You are protected. What they have planned for you will not work. So to use a quote from the Bible, especially being in the Bible Belt, and I've had to use this a lot recently, especially because I've had a lot of Bible, like the biblical, like the Jesus followers coming after me. And I was like, do you not realize in the Bible it says, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. So the people that came after me, I'm like, you're the one that reads the Bible, and what does God say? Touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. That is not just words. So like the new wifey that my ex has, and this drives him crazy because he hates religion. He hates religion. And his new wife is religious. And I was like, wait, this bitch is over here, I know, throwing spell work on me. But the book that she's reading from, it says not to touch me. That's going to end up in a wrong habit for her. I'm like, girl, you need to go back to school and educate yourself on the literature, because you're getting in hot water with the test maker and you're about to realize he doesn't give passes. He's gonna fuck you up. You're gonna fail. And I don't care, but don't pretend like you're good. Don't pretend like you're high and mighty and pious when I have to quote your own teachings to tell you how you're doing wrong, especially because I was raised in a very anti-religious household. Because my dad was raised as like a strict Southern Baptist. I was raised in a very anti-religious household. So if I have to come in and teach you principles that I wasn't raised with, you got a problem here. And you aren't who you say you are. So that's fine, but you weren't studying. You don't have the answers. I know that's harsh. Anywho. I'm just going to share this little, because this happens often too. Like, I'll post shit on social media talking about something, not even knowing that it's going to hit a nerve, right? I post shit all the time, not knowing it's going to hit a nerve until after the fact. And I have a funny example of this, and I'll come back to it. But I'll post something and hit a nerve, not even knowing, and then it causes anger. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know. You guys kept all this from me so hard. So, like, both of my baby daddies ended our relationship on an Ashley. And so I talk about Air Mattress Ashley because A, it's funny, but B, it's like pattern recognition. I recognize that both of my baby daddies ended this with an Ashley, right? So on social media, I'm out here saying Air Mattress Ashley because, that was a funny term that got coined, but it fits. Like, it fits for my life too. And I'm out here dropping Air Mattress Ashley, and because I don't know the new wife's name, I'm like, what if she is an Ashley and she thinks the whole time I'm provoking her, but since no one will tell me what her name is, that's their own stupidity. And so, okay. I'm going to talk about just kind of a funny situation, because again, this is how things happen that you don't know that you're right on the nose. Led by source, because I talk about the guy who murked his girlfriend, and he got arrested August 21st, and that day, I think it was August 21st, and my ex-husband and I had court August 23rd, so August 21st, right around the time that dude got busted for murking his girlfriend. And I didn't know until September 3rd. So imagine my surprise when, even longer than that, I start putting together the puzzle pieces. So August 21st, I post something that apparently inflamed my ex-husband. That was the day that one guy murked his girlfriend and he got arrested. Right around the time that he got arrested was right around the time that I posted that video. Unbeknownst to me. My ex-husband liked that video, he saved it on August 22nd, like in the afternoon, which, because he's rarely on my page, I notice when people that aren't supposed to be on my page are on my page. It becomes very obvious because you're like, wait, I told you to leave me the fuck alone. Why are you creeping? So he liked something on August 22nd. Now, August 23rd, we go to court. And first off, they tried to get me not to go to court at all. They did so much dirty, underhanded things to get me not to show up to court. And that's something I could talk about all day long. Like, they all coordinated to get me not to show up so they could say I was a deadbeat, so that everything, right? But then they were trying to bully me out of even proceeding, and then they bullied me to not take a stand to, like, have my voice heard because they had evidence that they didn't want me to use. So I proceed. I say, no, you know what? I don't fucking care. I want to be heard. I haven't had a voice. Like, there are all these men that are having a voice about my life as a feminine and my daughter's lives, my teenage daughters. This is not right. I want to have a voice. So they had to use evidence because my ex and family had all been stalking my socials to try and gather any evidence on me. So I didn't find out till September 3rd that dude was arrested for murder. So imagine my surprise when I post something unbeknownst, it gets liked by someone that shouldn't be there, and then I find out weeks later that somebody, the day that person, and I kind of posted about that situation not knowing that had even gone down. So everybody should have been asking who my boss was. The ops should have been asking who my boss was and where I was getting my information, because, yeah, power transference. You have either given up your personal power or someone has taken it from you. So this is really kind of funny because, like, power transference, it starts transferring without you even realizing, because I am making scared men, like grown men, scared because I'm stealing their power without even knowing. So that's, yeah. Like I say, I'm sure there are women out there that want to fight me, though, because I say their name not realizing that I'm actually calling them out. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully all of that long little made sense, because it's kind of funny. It's funny, but it's also tragic how it's like, why couldn't we have all just been adults and been right? Anyway, block removing. Whatever is holding you back has been or is being removed. This is the other thing. When we talk about our shit, it removes blocks. So please do not ever be scared to talk about what you're going through. That's what I talk about, what I'm going through. Because otherwise, how are these ever going to be removed from my life? So block removing. Whatever was holding you back has been or is being removed. So talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Because you don't know who's going to hear it and how it's going to affect you and impact you and remove those obstacles. That is the other part. My family, they did so much over-the-top shit, and they intentionally would say, nobody's going to believe you. Well, now that I've talked about it, people do believe me because it's happening to them too. And I'm not the only one that this shit is happening to. So as you talk about it, it removes those blocks, because they do such heinous things thinking that you'll never talk about it. And that's how they get away with it too. So talk about it, please. We can't make a better world if we're all being silent about what's happening. And yeah, it sucks and it's not comfortable and it's painful and it hurts and nobody wants to listen, nobody wants to talk about it, nobody wants to look at it. And yet, how are we ever going to start helping each other if we're so afraid to look at other people's pain? I know I cry a lot on here. I know it makes people uncomfortable. I fucking hate crying. I hate crying. I hate crying. I hate crying. And yet, if we can't start accepting other people, what they're going through, how are they ever going to accept us? So it's like, if I can open space to express, then other people can open space to express around me, if that makes sense. Zyra, I think it's that whole, like, when you say, like, your family's gone through heavy stuff too, if I never talked about it, you wouldn't be able to say, hey, I'm going through it too. We would never have been able to open that dialogue. And I love when people say, oh, well, that's so hard, or I don't get it, or I don't understand. Well, it's not for you. Like the people that like, oh, you shouldn't talk about that. It's not for you. It's for the one in the back that doesn't know that they're not alone. I talk about the really heavy stuff. I share expression for the one in the back that has no voice, that finally says, you know what? And then they can say, you know what? Hey. Me too. Anywho. I had a boss one time. I was posting on some stuff. Like, this was long after her and I had stopped working together, but we were friends. And she said, like, the stuff you post is really dark and I don't understand it, or I don't get it, or you shouldn't post that. And I'm like, it's not for you. So sit the fuck down, because you don't know who behind you needs to hear it. If it's not for you, shut up and sit down, because that person behind you needs to see or hear what I have to say. I know that's harsh, but no, I'm here. So other people don't know. So other people don't feel so alone. I'm here. Hiya, Phantom Funk. How are you? You're here. You're here too. So Please tell me you like Phantom of the Opera in some way. Please. Please. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. If you don't like Phantom of the Opera, get the fuck out. No, just kidding. Okay. You passed the vibe check. As long as you like Phantom of the Opera, if you have Phantom Punk anywhere in your name and you don't like Phantom of the Opera, I'd be like, get out. Okay. Spirit team, your spirit team has your back right now. You are not alone. Okay. Fair. Are you the Phantom and I'm Christine? Have you been helping me sing this whole time? There are many points in my life. Well, I have like a deep, dark story with Phantom of the Opera. But there are very many times that I felt like the Phantom of things. And there are also times that I'm like, no, that dude is very much the Phantom. And I am very ready for my life with Raoul in the sun. And I know that sounds whatever, but I'm ready for my life in the sun with Raoul. I love the Phantom. I appreciate everything it's done for my life. Yet I'm ready to live in the sun. Yeah. Wait, okay, so I do sound bowls too. So wait till the time I come out with the sound bowls. And I'm like, yes, I am very much the Phantom of the Opera over here making the music. I don't know. I'm also, how can we relate to life? How can we relate it to life? How can we relate storytelling and music to life? So I'm very much Phantom of the Opera. Love it. As it is when I go out, I may listen to some Phantom of the Opera because you're making me feel like it's necessary. And my original seat to Phantom of the Opera, I had a dream about that childhood memory the other day. And it was such a weird... It was such a weird to go back and unpack that childhood core memory and also realize how much deeper it really is. So weird synchronicity going on here. Love it though too, because it's all about release and healing. How do we release and let it go? Let it go. I know. I love Les Mis though too. Like, you know. Oh gosh. Okay, so my most recent ex, he was young. And Zyra, since Mordecai is not around and that's a situation, you know, I have to throw out a little Frozen there. I also love Les Mis. Anyway, so my ex-boyfriend, who was really young, and he was playing like a metal version, I think, on the radio of like Think of Me. And I was like, okay, you're young and it's metal and I don't love metal, yet playing Think of Me, like, you know, it pulls my little heart in some ways. It angers the kitties in some ways. That was just a cat fight. Apparently they don't like me talking about boyfriends. Assistant, someone is going to have a magic practitioner to get help to cast a spell on you. Good luck. Someone is trying to get help to cast a spell on you. No, touch not my own anointed and do my prophets no harm. So the problem is that these practitioners, if they're not checking, if they are not, and this is why I don't throw hex hands, right? The practitioners that do not check on who they're doing work on get fucked up too real fast, or they end up having to send it back to the person that put it on them. Like, I've had a lot of people throw magic on me, but it always goes right back down the line to the practitioner, no matter how hard or strong they are, or the people that sent it, because you cannot touch everyone. And these practitioners, they're doing something strange for change and doing fast grabs and not checking on the status or rank of who they're throwing it on, get fucked up. I had somebody approach me and they wanted me to hex someone. I was like, whoa. The ranking that I have, I don't hex like that. And if you want me to, you go find someone else. But that someone else, it's going to fuck you up, and that's a you problem. You were warned. I know that was a lot too. Like I say, I had somebody that tried to disrespect me and they wanted me to throw a hex, and I'm like, no. You cannot pay me to do what you want me to do. You can go find someone else, but you get what you pay for, and that person's going to put it right back on you. They're going to take your money, and then that hex is going to come to you. I've watched it happen so many times, and I've told so many people, and then they still fuck around and find out, and I'm like, it's kind of like the movie Rat Race, where, hopefully you've seen Rat Race, where the lady is trying to sell a squirrel to give directions, because she's like, well, shit, I've got a surplus of squirrels, and people always need directions, so I'm going to sell a squirrel. And when they're like, we should have bought a squirrel, because then we would have gotten the help that we needed. It's like, you should have paid attention, or you should have compensated the people correctly instead of disrespecting them. So the people that do me wrong, and I'm like, you should have listened, and you should have compensated me. This was someone who actually, this is what is upsetting. This chick came in, she disrespected me and then didn't compensate me in any way. And then she turned around and she did something dirty. Well, so I'm nice to everybody, but I'm also like, here is what happens when you do me wrong. Here's what happens when you don't listen. When you don't compensate me, that's the worst thing you could do. I do try to be nice to everybody. I've also learned, though, is that you have to put people in their place and cuss a bitch out sometimes. So be nice, be kind. So there's a difference between nice and kind. Like, nice is fake, kind is true. Like, I tell people, I try to be on the kind side of, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So you may think I'm a bitch for telling you the truth, but my kindness is telling you what you need to hear. So when she was like, I want you to go do this hex, and I'm like, I can't do that for you. If I had been nice, I would have been like, oh yeah, sure, no problem, but I would have gotten in trouble. So part of that boundary is being kind, telling people what they need to hear regardless of whether they're going to like you or not. I would rather have somebody respect me than like me, if that makes sense. Because respect is like, I'm going to do the right thing regardless of how you feel about me. So in the magical world too, like, people want me to just be like a pander, and I'm like, I cannot do that because I'm not getting in trouble. Like the chick that wanted me a hex, I'm like, I will not get in trouble because of you, especially because you did not compensate me in any way. Like, that's the other part in the magical world, people that don't compensate, and then they get really bad results, and then they try to be the victim, and I'm like, no, man, magic, knowledge, it's not free. You have to give your dues. You have to give respect. You have to be willing to compensate, because if you try to short a practitioner, you're not shorting me. You're shorting my ancestors. My ancestors have been shorted for a very long time. And I may forgive you. Those bitches don't. And those bitches are angry. They're tired. They're savage. They're hungry. And you knew what you did was wrong. So they're going to be the ones that are going to come shake you down for your pocket change. So I've had to have uncomfortable conversations with people, and then they're like, we don't want to work with you. I'm like, please don't come over here and disrespect me, because then you're going to understand why I'm protected and loved by both sides of the realm. Like, I talk about this, like, not all my ancestors have been nice at all, and they've been waiting to swing. So if you disrespect me, like, I know I'm protected. Like, I'm loved and respected by the angels, and I'm protected and respected by the demons. And the demons, because I allow them their space. I allow them their shadow. Like, I don't run from the shadows. I walk in both realms. So the demons, when people send me demons, because they do it all the time, well, they didn't do the proper work, and the demons that attack me get in trouble because there's a rank to things, right? So the ones that just throw hex hands again without check-in to see who I'm protected by get hurt really fast and really hard. And I'm like, you were warned not to mess with me. I generally do readings, like specific readings are typically done with compensation because, you know, reciprocity, tapping into the knowledge. I can do like a brief little knowledge for you, or like a brief little read for you. Any compensation is always greatly appreciated. And then I'm going to hop out pretty soon just because I need to feed me. So this is how I earn money, is by bringing knowledge and doing readings. And when I don't get fed, it's hard to be able to bring knowledge and readings to you guys. So I'll do just a brief... Yeah, and what I'll do, like I say, I'll just do a brief read for you, and then I have to hop out because I gotta go feed myself. Somehow I'm really fucking broke. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna feed everyone because I've got guardians and ancestors I have to feed. So, let me pull out... Which deck do I want? Do you want to ask a specific question? Thank you, Zyra. Thank you. I appreciate that. More than you know, man. Which, that's going towards... Thank you, baby. Oh my gosh. Again, I'm getting propaganda emails that I didn't sign up for because of stupid people using my information. Okay, let's see what is coming soon for Phantom. And, oh man, okay, I wish I had pulled that deck out last night. So Phantom, next time I reset my decks, if you're going to come back anytime soon... Thank you. Yes, because that is going to go, like I said, I'm going to go get some freaking food. I'm going to go feed myself. Go get a hot meal because I haven't had like a hot meal. I haven't been out of the house for a few days and I haven't gotten a hot meal for a few days. So I'm going to go try and get myself something cheap but good to eat. So Phantom, next time, if you can tell me you're going to come in soon in the next few days, because like I said, I'm going to try and come back in tonight, and I come back in daily. I try to come in, even if it's only for 10-15 minutes, I come in. I had the Phantom Wise deck last night that I looked at, and dude, if I had known, cool. So when I reset my deck, I think what I'll do is I'll reset my deck tonight, like between this read and tonight's read, I'll reset all my decks, because if you can see, like, I have a whole bunch of decks, but what I'll do is I'll clear the energy by resetting them and pulling new decks in and trading out the old decks. And I kind of did a little bit of that last night, but I saw the Phantom Wise deck last night. I have a Phantom Wise tarot deck. And if I had known you were going to be in, I would have grabbed it and dropped it for you. But if I know you'll come back in tonight or in the next few days when I reset the deck after this little pause, I'll pull that deck in. So that way I can... Because you can ask Zyra. Zyra can attest to this. I have various decks that if it connects with people, I will pull those out specifically for them. I did that for Zyra. I've done that for him at least twice, and I've done that for a few of my other guys that are coming in. So, I know all that to say all this, because I don't like saying because but negates what came before. What do we need to know that's coming in for Phantom pretty soon? What's on the way? Let's see. Okay. That was a lot. God damn it, Lyra. Change your vernacular, girl. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay. God damn. Yeah, damn. Okay. So, yes. And the shaman deck too. I had that out for you. Okay. I'm going to put these in an order. And I'm going to run through them pretty quick. Okay. And you know, I'm really chatty, but if it's just like a brief read, yes, I get a lot of information and I'll run through it pretty quick. Okay. So, and typically if there's when there is reciprocity other than just, I typically take a little more time, if that makes sense also. So Page of Wands. This is that fiery, that impulsive, and this has come out earlier. So you kind of are in the right collective. If you're here, you're in the right collective, my love, because this came out earlier. Page of Wands, that's like that feminine energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is like that, like playing with matches and setting a forest fire because you don't have the maturity. Not the maturity. It could be you or it could be someone else. But it's those like passionate energies, but it's like that teenager, like petty, passionate energies. And it creates problems. It creates havocs because what it does is it puts you in Four of Swords in that like having to sleep with swords in your back because you've been betrayed, you've had backstabbing, you're like, oh, okay. So having that like flashpan anger, either you or someone around you. And typically those around us are mirrors of ourselves. So if we're having this experience, that's because that's something within us that we need to address. So but Two of Swords. So Four of Swords is like betrayals. Like that energy has left you feeling betrayed. You're not sleeping at night. You're having a hard time. You're like, oh gosh. So Two of Swords is that stalemate. You have got to make a decision. She typically has a blindfold over her eyes because it's like, I don't know where I want to move. I don't want to move, but you're going to have to. So Two of Swords is having to make that decision. So this is where this kind of comes in. So yes, it starts out kind of like, we're going to get to it because there's a ton of beautiful feminine energy right behind it. You have 3 queens right here, and this is what we want, okay? So 3 queens right behind, whether you're male or feminine, and you can identify if you want or don't want, but I've explained this earlier, is whether we're masculine, like as a feminine, I have masculine qualities that I need to embody, right, to be whole, standing on my own. So you can be a masculine and either having a bunch of feminine energy. So like I say, I've got 3 queens. So okay, so you're a dude. So either there's 3 queens in your life, and I'm just about to talk on that right there, okay? I always attract the dudes. I love that though, because the boys need to wake up. Like, we need to wake up, boys. We need you to wake up fast. The women need help. I need help. I need help. I need the boys to wake up real fast. 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups is options, choices, and love. Cups are our emotions. Those are the cups that we feed, right? So 7 of Cups, those are our choices, our options. When we think about 7 though, it's like not every option is a good... Yes, how did I become the mother of the rowdy rough boys? Of course, I'm the mother of the rowdy rough girls too. Like, oh God, I'm a hyper masculine feminine. I need the men that can put me in my soft feminine era. Like the men that can provide really well for me. Like, that's who I need. Because I'm like, I've been fighting and thugging my whole life. I need the man that says, sit down, baby, I got you. Anyway, all that to say all this. So 7 of Cups, this is like there's options, choices, and loves. But salt and sugar look the same. So when you're trying to make love options, make sure that it's a cup that you want to drink from. Not every option's a good option. And honestly, when none of the options feel quite right, you're going to have to say, you know what, I'm just not drinking from this situation. Because 7 of Cups is like, I've got a lot of options, but this one over here is leaving me feeling drought. This one over here is making my money deplete. This one over here is making me feel crazy, delulu in the head. So make sure you're choosing the right lamp, okay? That being said, so let's continue on, because you, like I say, you got 3 beautiful women right behind you, but you have to decide which one's the right option. So the first one that comes out, Queen of Swords. This is a boss warrior bitch. This is me. This is like, we cut through, and we're also known as the widow queen or the divorce queen, because the Queen of Swords, we're very decisive. Like, we'll put up with a lot of shit, but once it's time, we just off with their head. And we are savage as shit. We need to be, though. The Queen of Swords is not someone that, I mean, she's a great person to have on your side. Yet, if you cross her, you're going to wish you never had. Lots of men have learned that with me. So, strength comes in. This is Leo energy. So, and then I'll drop signs when we get closer there. But strength is that Leo energy. You must tame the beast within you. Tame the beast within you, okay? So strength is taming the lion, but it's Leo energy and it's very strong. It's very powerful. So Queen of Swords. Like I say, this woman is a woman you don't cross. She is a spectacular teammate, though. Ask Zyra. Zyra can speak to like that heavy Libra energy as well. Queen of Wands. So, okay, so Queen of Swords. This is Aries, or fuck, I do that every time. I don't know why I always want to start with Aries. But so Queen of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. She's very logical. She's very decisive. She's very cutting. Okay. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is upside down. And maybe that's how she's presenting. Queen of Wands. And if she is upside down in your life, like if she's imbalanced, is maybe the woman that you want to stay away from. I think it's funny because I thought of her being upside down, and then when I actually pulled the card this time, she is upside down. So Queen of Wands is passionate. She's fiery. But if you burn her, she's going to burn your whole house down. So she's one that you don't want to cross in the, like, if you're not really into her, don't bother her time, because she will show you why she plays with fire. She will show you she's a fire sign. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I love the fire signs, but goddamn, sometimes they are especially imbalanced. And then Queen of Cups. So this is a woman who, well, okay, but here's the thing. You have to take the good with the bad. If you want to be dating women, you have to understand like their positive and their negative side, and then make an informed decision about which is best for you. Okay? Like me, I'm a pain in the ass, but I'm super fucking worth it. And anybody that's ever lost me has always regretted that decision. And they never do better. I have like the track record to be like, yeah, everyone that did me wrong never went on to do better. Ever. Ever. Okay, Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups, this is a woman that sits, this is Pisces, Libra, or I'm super freaking hungry. I really need to eat right now. That's why I need money, so I can eat, so I can do my readings. Otherwise you hear my stomach growling. So Queen of Cups, this is Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, feminine, or the embodiment. But Cups is like they're emotionally grounded. They fill their own cup. They know what they want. They know what they need. It's like a nurturing energy. The flip side, though, of Queen of Cups is she has no emotion. She's cold. She's calculating. She doesn't give two fucks about whether you live or die. And this, again, these can all be embodiments of you or the person that you're dealing with. You have to put it where it fits. Like if it fits, it sits. If it does not apply, let it fly. Right? So you have to understand and wade through the energies that make sense for you. And with anyone and everything, you have to weigh all of the options, because when you look at it, like, are you a perfect person? And that answer is no, because nobody is perfect. But it's, are you willing to put in the work to be a partner? And is that person going to be the right feel for you, the right fit for you? So I'm going to put those cards back in the deck. And okay, so on the bottom, I love it because we had all three of the queens. And on the bottom of the deck is Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins. So that's that divine embodiment of fertility and like earth stability. So all of the queens are out here. I love that. I'm going to do one little quick, I know that was a lot of information to give you, but what it looks like is like you've had betrayals, you've had heartbreaks, but it's because like the emotions have been fiery. And player energy. It's like player energy. So the Page of Wands is kind of like that player energy, and you need to make a decision because you can't keep putting the options in the wrong places because it stabbed you in the back. So you've got to make a decision about what you want in love and which option is best for you. So before I go further, I just split the deck here. Devil. The devil is in the details. So let go of the addictions. Your addictions are holding you in places you don't want to be. Do not fill the family patterns of your dad. Don't marry a woman just like your mom because that's what your dad showed you. I'm not dissing on your mom, but I'm saying a lot of men are marrying their moms and then treating that partner like their mom. Like, I was very much like my former mother-in-law that passed away. It was like, I get why he was attracted to me, but then he started treating me, like punishing me like I was his mom. So it was like, because he couldn't do that shit with his mom, he took it out on me. And I'm like, Hyatt? Okay, I'm totally gonna butcher it, but McWee Addict? Hiya, how are you? I'm not gonna be in for too much longer, but if you would like to subscribe and like and follow my channel, I love it. I will be coming back in a little bit. If you like my vibe, please hit the bell. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll be back in a little bit later. I gotta go feed myself. I gotta rest and do that. So just a little bit longer here for you, Phantom, and then I'm gonna hop out. I know I did a lot, but this is also kind of collective, because if you're here, we're all in this collective, and I get it because this is information that I'm getting through to right now. Okay. Shit. And I didn't even... There's so many kings in this freaking hand right here. Whew. Okay, somebody please drop me some money so I can eat, but since I'm dropping so much knowledge right now. Okay, so King of Swords. This is... nice. I don't drink wine anymore. And when I can afford it, I love flour, but I can't afford flour right now. I cannot wait until I can afford to buy flour again, because I am a stoner queen. I am the high priestess. So when I'm stoned, I'm like, yes, I'm the high priestess. Yes, bring it on. There's a reason why I'm called that. Yeah. Okay, so King of Swords. This is your masculine air signs. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, masculine. So you're knowing what you want. You're being decisive. You're cutting off anything that is not for you. The star is Aquarius. You are the star of your own show. Be decisive. Cut off anything that is not for you. The Hierophant, this is Taurus. This is masculine energy. This is also very enlightened. So you're tapping into your higher knowledge. Taurus is like, I tap into source to figure out what I want and need. So Taurus is like the counterpart to the King of Swords. Like, King of Swords is that Libra masculine, and it's Venus energy. Taurus is the earth embodiment, that embodiment of sitting in, you know exactly what you want. So you are going, once you make the right decisions for you, and I'm guessing you probably are heavy air sign energy. If not like an air in your big, like in your sun, but probably like heavy air in your big three. So when you figure out your King of Swords, your Libra, Venus, the air sign, then you can figure out your King of, your Taurus, like the higher enlightenment, because Taurus is like the Venus earth sign, and it's masculine, and it's very... I don't know what's going on with the ops outside. They're going to piss me off, and I pray that the sheriff come up off of them. Okay. Hello, Jemmy. You guys get a bad rap, but I love you boys. So I love that the King of Swords and the Hierophant come out as a beautiful confirmation for you. And I love that Strength came out as a beautiful confirmation too. So this is... If you did not believe in me, I hope in some ways that you're like, this girl knows. So tapping into that whole, like I say, Hierophant, like that Venus grounded side. So knowing the higher knowledge for it. So again, I'm going from King of Swords up to tapping into your wealth, because Earth is wealth. So Taurus is that Venus, the wealth side of it. Okay, Hermit, you're going to have to go within. The Hermit is Virgo energy, and it's very self-healing. You have the light. You carry the lantern with you. Okay? So Hermit is very much, I have to go within to find the light, because I am the light. So Hierophant, tapping into that higher knowledge. Hermit, knowing that, hey, boo, don't you do it. tapping into that knowledge of knowing it's within you. You just have to be brave enough to sit still long enough to listen to it and hear it. Okay, I know that was a lot, and I've got 3 more cards, and then we're gonna be done with all that, and then I'll come back in a little while. Okay, not a little while, like I'll probably be out for like 4 or 5 hours. I've got some stuff to do before I come back in for a read. Okay, so 3 of Cups. This is 3 of Cups can either be a celebration or it's third-party interference, like people having their hands in your love life. And being that we had deception, backstabbing, betrayal before, what it feels like is like too many cooks in the kitchen, like too many people wanting to have a say in what your life feels like. When you do the higher knowledge, though, it will turn into a celebration. It'll turn into a family, like friends, family, like you're celebrating life. Part of that, though, is Knight of Cups. Remember how I talked about, so Knight of Cups is like, we weren't sure about our emotions, so we were like hot and cold. We were breadcrumbing. We, giving, but not really giving. So moving past that, because when you do that, so you already have the Hierophant, which is such a beautiful embodiment. When you do that, you become the King of Cups. Like the King of Cups, I have so much I can say about King of Cups. My heart always, though, when I see King of Cups, I'm like, yeah, that's my man. That is my man. So King of Cups, that's like, he is nurturing, he is loving, he is stable, he is abundant, he protects what he wants because he knows what he loves. Does all of that make sense? Would you like to give feedback? Do you want to ask any more questions? I know that was a lot. That was a lot. Okay. Do you want to give feedback on any of that? And I love the like I say, your big 3. I love that those all popped right there. I do want to pull a few cards because I feel like there's someone in particular that is drawing you. And I want to add some clarification on that. Please let me know if that resonates. If there is one in particular that if you could talk to you, what they would say. Does that resonate for you? Is there like one person out of all of this energy that you're like, if I could have a moment with them to talk to their mind, I would want to know? Because I can tap that energy. Okay. Hold on. Let me get it. Let me clean up a little bit. Okay. The Queen of Wands. Remember how, though, when I pulled that, originally, like, the Queen of Wands is in reverse right now. So that Queen of Wands is going to be in that, like, I will set your house on fire because you fucked me over. And that, maybe that isn't, but I'm going to pull some cards on it. But that's, like, energetically what it feels like. Except remember, we are passionate because we're hurt. And I bet you that there's a conversation about a miscommunication that needs to be had there. Just intuitively. But let's pull some cards. Let's see what we have to say. Let's see. Sometimes it's literally having a simple communication and clearing up and being like, I didn't know you saw it that way. I have a lot of Queen of Wands in my life in the reverse, and man, I'm just like, I love you, but you need to go over there until you cool your flame because I can't. Okay, I'm going to pull into the Andromeda skies. This is also why financial is, because then I have the ability to bring resources and so many different tools to be able to connect with everyone. And like I say, when I come in later, I will try to pull that Phantom Wise deck, tarot deck, to try and get some connection with you later. It's funny, though, because I can pull out 4 different decks, and some of my other people have seen it. Like, I can pull out 4 different decks, tarot decks, and each deck will have the same energy or repeater cards come out. So that's also why I love to have multiple decks, because it's like if 3 different decks are pulling the same energy out, you know that it's a confirmation. And before we go, I'll pull some letters for you. Just see if there's any words or confirmation that come up with that. Okay. So I've got 4 cards here. Okay. And I know that these are going to resonate. Okay. And they are mirrors for us. So if you're feeling this way, they're feeling that way. Or if they're feeling this way, you're probably feeling that way too. So I feel like I ruined everything. So you have to put that, if it fits, it fits for you or for them. I feel like I ruined everything. Sometimes a simple conversation. You make me want to be a better person. This could be you or your Queen of Wands. Put it where it sits. It fits, it sits. Does not apply, let it fly. Finances are a problem, which I know, like we had discussed, like finances are an issue. That's both ways. Okay, so it's not just you, it's her as well. And telepathic bond. You guys are constantly talking, constantly chattering, whether you realize it or not. Does that help with any clarification? Anyone else in here getting good information, good insight, resonating for them? Please say hello. Please say hi. Okay, good. I'm going to see if there's any other cards here. And then, like I said, I'll pull a few letters. And then I'm going to go feed myself and the animals and walk everybody. Well, walk the dog. Because, yeah. I may have to, like, I'm thinking about getting into financial, findom. And I'm like, when I'm walking my dog, I'm like, do you know how many men would like for me to walk them? And I'm like, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I need to be expressing my talents in other ways. I know that sounds whatever, but, ooh, okay. Okay. So this is the end. This is the end. And that's not always the end forever. Sometimes it's like, this is the end for right now until we can figure our shit out. Okay? Because the cards under it is, I'll come back for you. I'll come back for you. And I'm working up the courage to contact you. Okay? So sometimes it's, okay, so here's what I say on the spiritual journey. And while I put these out, I'll talk about it and then I'll pull some letters. What do I want to say here? If you're meant to be together, you'll find your way back. Okay? So that's 1. If you're meant to be together, you'll find your way back. Okay? So that's part of it. And then I don't know what else I wanted to say. Let me think about it. I know I lost it. I do that. I have ADHD. So if you ever see me squirrel, it's because I have ADHD like crazy. Zyra can attest to that. And sometimes Spirit doesn't want you to talk on things. Sometimes Spirit will just you so that you don't, because there's some things that don't need or can't be shared at the moment. That's the other part of it. Sometimes it's just not meant to work right now. It's like you guys have growing and healing and loving to do, because if you were to come back together right now, you would absolutely destroy each other. So let that person... Okay. Ooh, okay. So I have J, E, and P. So we have... And I have D and F. So I'll drop the letters in the feed, but then I'll put the words too. Okay? So if any of those resonate for you or for them, and you can take and play with the letters in any way possible to make it for any of those that resonate. Sometimes it's words, sometimes it's initials, sometimes it's places, sometimes it's memories. I know my man. I know me, handsome boy. For me, like, a certain song will play, and I'm like, God damn it. I thought we were over this. I thought we were done, but universe will keep leading you back. Okay. So, we have J, I'll just, J, E, P, F, D. So... 1 F. Okay. So then we have Jeep, feed, Jeep, Fed. Jed. Peed. Because, you know. Hi, my love. Hello. Okay. So, hopefully those bring some confirmations. I am Lara Joe, SirenSong lover. I hope you had a beautiful time with me. I would love to see you again. I love to talk about all this stuff. I do talk about really heavy shit. I also talk about really light shit. I laugh at the worst things and cry at the worst things. I cry when I'm happy. All kinds of things. So, I hope you come back and join me. Come back. And so Lara Joe, SirenSong lover. If you would like to book a service, because I don't just do this Phantom, I do sound bowls, I do Reiki, I do not just sound bowls, I do sound therapy, I do Reiki, I do drumming, I do PTSD, trauma healing, womb healing. I do all of it. I'm like a multifaceted, multi-talented little weirdo. And I have a ton, like, if you ever have ailments, I also have books that relate to emotions. So when you have, like, ailments, I can pull out the book and then it talks about the emotions. Because in order to heal our body, because we hold it on a cellular memory. I talk about reticular cellular memory. We hold it on a cellular level. So when we start looking at our ailments and addressing the emotions that we're holding on to, that our ancestors gave to us, then we can do a deeper level of healing. It's not just about like, oh, I have feelings for someone. It's like whatever your pains are. And I mean, the pains are varied. Like sometimes it talks about shoulder issues. Like I've done this for my lawyer. He was talking about how he had shoulder pain and he had right shoulder pain. And when I looked at it, and I mean, he and I mirrored each other. We mirror each other. I have right shoulder pain too. And how it went down to is like, feeling like you need to prove yourself and provide for a family, and it's like a father wound. So when you can actually start saying, yes, this is really hard, but I'm going to sit and look at what the deep core emotion is so I don't keep carrying it forward into all of my future relationships, you start changing the game. So in order to heal it, you must feel it. I know no one wants to feel it, and again, that's why I do the deep hard shit, like cry, because it's like, in order to heal it, you have to feel it. And if I can tell you it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel your big heavy shit, then you can start healing it for yourself. Yeah. So, if you would like, I can drop my Discord. I do Discord stuff too. Like, if you follow me long enough, we end up chatting on Discord too, if you're over there. But definitely come in here to get the vibe is easier sometimes, because and then I'll put the other details. Why I like to drop Discord though too is, I know I keep saying that too though, is if there are ailments that you have, I can send you pictures of that book, or there are certain things that I do to help on the side, so that way you're getting the information you need. Ooh, excuse me. The biggest thing, and everybody from here has been really great about this, but just being respectful on Discord, and when I share really, really heavy shit, being respectful of that too. Because it's really hard to talk about the heavy traumatic shit I've gone through, and then when people try to dismiss me or that, and it's like, you don't understand what it took for me to open up about that. So the trolls get shut down really fast. All right, my loves, I will see you guys in a little bit. I'm going to go do a whole bunch of stuff between now and the time I come back, but I will be back later this afternoon. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you for all of the energy, reciprocity. Zyra, thank you for the love and gifts. If you can please donate, I greatly appreciate it. Like I say, it helps to feed me. It helps to feed my animals. It helps to keep the lights on because I don't know how I'm going to pay my phone bill. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills because that's whatever that is. And it helps to purchase materials, resources to be able to bring that to you guys. So, all right, guys. Love you much. I'll see you soon. Please come back later. I'll talk to you later. Bye.